this is Sandra here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna do a classic smoky eye with the twist of a neon liner, and yeah, there's nothing else to say. Let's get into the tutorial. Okay, first I'm gonna prime my eyes with the Urban Decay Eden primer, just my usual primer. Hopefully this will be finished soon. There's barely anything coming out of this at this point, so that's good. I like to warm it up first between my fingers a bit, as it's a bit more on the thicker side, so it's easier to work with this way. To have a nice smooth base, I'm gonna set it with a skin colored eyeshadow. I'm just gonna grab one that's at hand, which is from the Urban Decay Naked palette, but you can grab any skin colored shadow, it doesn't matter. You can even just use the pressed powder. It's just to smooth the surface out a bit. And I know setting your eyeshadow primer can be quite controversial. I know a lot of people who don't like to set it and like to leave it tacky, but personally I find it's really hard to blend if I don't set it. But me giving this extra little effort means that I still have a base there that's making my eyeshadow last longer and preventing it from creasing. So I still like to do that. You do however you prefer. And what I'm gonna do, I will do a smoky eye, but I'm gonna blend it into an orange shadow in the crease, and I'm gonna tie it all together with a neon orange liner. Now I did something really similar before. I'm gonna pop the picture of it on the screen now. It was a classic smoky eye again, but with green in the crease and with a green, neon green liner. And I really like that look. So we're recreating something similar today, as my friend asked me as well to do a tutorial on it, but I didn't want it to do exactly the same thing, so I'm just gonna do the same but with orange. And also I will link the post below. I did it within my lipstick bingo series on my blog, and I did two variations of it. I did it with a nude lip and also with a grey one. I think today I'm just gonna go down the nude route, but we'll see once I get there. I might go crazy, you never know. As a next step, I'm gonna take my Morphe 35B palette, and I'm gonna take first this orange shade and blend it in my crease to start with. And the key with a look like this is just to build everything gradually and be patient, otherwise you might end up with a big mess. And there are loads of different ways to do a smoky eye. You can first go in with a gel liner or a kohl liner and then blend it as a smoky base. But because I want to incorporate a color in the crease area, I don't think that's a good route for me. But if you just want a classic black smoky eye, go ahead. That's probably the easiest way to build up the intensity without the least amount of mess. With the least amount of mess, I mean. I just forgot my English today. Don't mind me. You know what I mean. Now that I have sort of the shape I wanted, I will start patting down the black eyeshadow, and I could use the black from the Morphe palette, but I always feel like that's just not quite pigmented enough, and also I'm trying to pan a black eyeshadow. I'm gonna use the shade, what is this called actually, Blackout? Yes, Blackout from the Naked 2 palette. It's just a standard black shadow, nothing, you know, amazing about it. Just use any black you have. And I'm gonna start first with a flat shader brush just to pack the color on, and then we can change for a blending brush. And I know it looks like a hot mess at the moment, don't worry. You're gonna get there at the end. Sometimes things has to look a bit rough before you get to where you want, that's okay. Daily Wisdom with Sandra, you're welcome. Now I'm just going to take a clean blending brush without any product on it, and I'm just going to start blending these two colours where they meet a little bit. Doesn't have to be too precise at this point. I'm going to go over it with another shadow, but just so they start merging a bit. Gosh, I really want to listen to old school Britney, I don't know why. I think it's because I watched some videos on Facebook where the soundtrack was old school Britney, no, where the soundtrack was old school Britney, like Hit Me Baby One More Time in that era, and oh, it just brings back childhood memories and just want to sing along. Now that our eyes look slightly less crazy than before, I'm gonna go in with a small blending brush and a more vibrant orange than before. It's also slightly darker, that shade. So in comparison, oh, I can't see. That was the one we used before, and now we're gonna go with this one. And a small blending brush. And I'm just going to apply it right in the crease where the two colors meet. We might go in with a warmer brown later. Let's see. And then you can go back with the first brush that we used in the really beginning and just go over the edges again. And then I can just repeat these steps till you're happy with the intensity. Now to deepen the blend, I'm gonna go in with a darker orangey brown shade. Actually, you know what, I'm gonna mix these two colors on the small blending brush that we used before. This is the Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air palette, one of my favorites. Just gonna dip into both shades, tap it off, and then apply it again right in the crease. And this will just help with that transitioning from the black to the orange. Oh yeah, that's better. There's always one eye that looks better than the other. For me, it's usually my left eye, for some reason. Oh yeah, so smoky. I'm liking it. Now it's time for the neon liner. Yoo-hoo! The liner I'm going to be using is from Stargazer, and it's their UV neon liner. It's a liquid liner, but I don't really like the brush it comes with. It's just a bit too chunky. So what I usually do, I just put a bit on the back of my hand. Ooh, look at that. And then pick it up with a brush from there. It's just easier for me because this brush is a bit flimsy and it just never really quite works the way I want it to. And I'm gonna start with this Milan liner first, and let's see how that works with it. Now last time when I did this with the green, it took a couple of layers to actually build it up, so I might have to do the same again. Oh yes, I will have to. They're beautiful, but they definitely need a few layers to get to a strong intensity. Alright, let me try to go in with the initial brush first, just to put down the base layer. Hopefully I'm not going to muck it up. Oh, my eyelashes are always getting in the way. Am I the only one? Okay, you see how it's a bit patchy at this point and the flick is a bit so we'll have to wait till this layer dries and then I can lay down another one. But you can see how it pops already. There we go. Now I personally don't like really big flicks, I just don't think it suits my eye shape. So I'm going to leave it at that. We might build it up a bit more because it's still a bit patchy in some places. But first I have to let this side dry again. So I'm going to fix up the other side while that happens. Oh no! No. Dang it. Whew. Alright, crisis over. Alright, now that the liners are done, I know it looks a bit crazy at the moment, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna line with black liner just the closest part to my lash line, just a really thin black line, as I'm gonna put on falsies, and otherwise I'm afraid that there will be gaps, so just the tiniest bit of black liner. For that I'm gonna use the NYX Epic Black Liner. It's really dry, so I need the Inglot Duraline to save the day. Just a drop of this will revive it. Perfect. This stuff is magic. It just helps you bring back any dry cream product to life. And there we go. And this is why I drew a slightly thicker flick, which I know from this angle doesn't look the best, but trust me, they're good. Once the eyelashes are on and everything, it's gonna look pretty. Alright, first let me clean my hands because I have liner everywhere on them and I know it's gonna end up a mess. Also, let me zoom you out. Okay, to prime my face, I'm gonna use the BECCA Brighten and Blur Primer. This is the new primer that they launched. And it smooths over pores but also hydrates the skin at the same time, which is great because this is the second makeup look I'm doing today. So God knows my skin needs it. So I'm not gonna have much time next week, but I still want to put some content out there, so pre-filming, yay! If you have any tips or tricks to a YouTuber who's just starting out, let me know, it's all appreciated. I'm gonna use a bit more for my forehead. But yes, constructive criticism and tips are always welcome. For foundation, I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder foundation. And to get the most amount of coverage of it, I'm gonna use my Bobbi Brown, what is this called? Full coverage face brush. Which it seems like I'm rekindling my love with this brush. I used to love it and then I sort of forgot about it and I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna try it again. And even though this is a light coverage foundation, I feel like this brush just helps to bring out the most of coverage that's possible with this foundation. And I need a bit more because there's not enough left on for my forehead. Now that I blended it, oh no, a bit more. Now that I've blended it for 25 years, I'm gonna move on to concealer. I'm gonna use my Collection Lasting Perfection concealer in the shade Fair. I'm sorry, my chair is so squeaky, I'm sure you can hear it quite a bit. I'm just gonna brighten and give it a bit extra coverage to the under eye area. a bit above my brows because I'm growing them out at the moment and they're getting a bit out of control. They will get threaded soon, but till then you just have to mask them basically. A bit of extra coverage on the top of my nose. And oh, now I have to go and grab my beauty blender because it's in the other room. Hold on. Got it! Well, it's actually not the original beauty blender. It's Sigma's version of it, and I really like it. Price wise, I can't remember. I'm not sure if it's actually cheaper, but it's just as good, that's for sure. It's really soft. It has a really pointy edge, so it's easy to get under the eyes with it, or even bake if you want. I'm gonna use a cream bronzer and a cream blush, but just to make sure that my under eyes don't crease, I'm gonna already set them with a powder, and I'm using the NYX HD finishing powder. Okay, to bronze up my complexion a bit already, I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury Beach Stick in the shade Ibiza. And as you can see, there's barely anything left. That's all I have left from this. I really like this stick, especially in the summertime. It just gives off a really natural bronze. A bit down the bridge of my nose. A bit there. A bit here. And now I look beautiful at the moment. Don't worry. I'm gonna use a powder bronzer as well because I'm feeling extra today and it's nice to layer products. So much better already. I look a lot less dead, which is ideal, and a lot less pale. Oh, so much better. Now as a blusher, I'm gonna go for this really bright corally, orangey, peachy color, which is from the brand Makeup Academy. I'm not sure you can get it in the US, but you can definitely get it in the UK in a drugstore. It's really cheap. It was around £1-2, and it's deluxe smooth and soft blusher, I think. Oh no, it says Whipped Velvet on the top of it, so it's the Whipped Velvet blush in the shade CHICHI. It's a really nice formula, really smooth. I'm not sure about the velvet. It's more like a putty type of feeling, like it's quite bouncy. And brush wise, I'm gonna just use a little brush like this. Ideally I would go for something smaller, but that one is currently drying. It's just been washed, so you know, being real here, sometimes your favorite brushes are drying and you have to use something else. I don't want to go too crazy on the blush, but a soft flush of color is always nice on the cheeks. I really like this blush, especially for the price. You can't really beat it. It's cruelty free as well, which is amazing, and I would happily pick up more of these in the future if they still sell them. I actually don't know. I don't think I've seen the brand in a while. Then I haven't been going as crazy on shopping as I've done in the past. I'm trying to be good, so we'll see, but I really like these. Now with a bigger fluffy brush, I'm just gonna set the rest of my face with the same powder, just lightly dusting it over, just to make sure it's all set, but nothing crazy. Now I'm gonna move on to the eyebrows. Just gonna brush them through first. To fill them in, I'm gonna use a shade called Thunder, which is in my ILLAMASQUA palette, but you can also get these brow cakes separately from the brand. Oh, hold on. I look so pale, I'm not this pale. That's slightly better. As you can see, it has several shades in this palette, but this shade is the one called Thunder, and it's an actual eyebrow product. It's a bit of a different texture compared to their eyeshadows, and I would definitely consider buying this separately. It's a really nice formula, and this little brush that came with it, I don't think they sell an eyebrow brush like this separately. It seemed a tiny bit thicker, which is a shame because this is one of my favorite brushes for filling in brows. It's just so good. It's really precise, it's been washed loads of times, and it never really got... You know how some brushes become a bit fluffy after a couple of uses and you have like stray bristles going in every direction really? This one doesn't do that, which I appreciate. And also, this eyebrow product, the color of it is so good. It's not too cool tone, it's not too warm. It's dark but still not black. I really like this. I still feel like ILLAMASQUA is one of those brands that not enough people talk about. It's just so underrated. I guess it's because their products are more aimed for, well, at least I feel like their products are more aimed for professional use. They have loads of out there products as well, and products that you can use in different ways. To me, ILLAMASQUA is still one of the OG makeup artist brands, really. There we go. Yeah, my brows need a bit of tidying up because it's really hard to make them even sisters. Some days they're just distant relatives. That'll be fine. To set them, I'm gonna use my favorite clear mascara, which is from Wet n Wild. You can use these for lashes, you can use these for brows. They're not gonna make your eyebrows that are like really crispy, crunchy feel. Oh, I hate when that happens. It will just brush them through, separate them a bit, and set them in place where you want them to be. Like so. Perfect! Now we're gonna move on to the under eyes. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back into the black eyeshadow and a small angled brush and just apply a little bit of black eyeshadow first. Just a small amount, nothing really crazy. And I'm only going into like halfway of my eye, not further than that. Now I'm gonna again reach for my Wet n Wild palette, mixing those two colors on a small smudging brush and smudge the black out with this orangey brown color. Professional. And this time I'm going all the way to the inner corner. See, it just makes a bit of difference. It smokes out the lower lash line quite a bit. Oh, I hit pen. Exciting. I always get really excited when I hit pen. I'm like, oh my god, I see pen, I'm using it. Is it just me? Tell me it's not. And I even get to the point where I keep telling my boyfriend every morning, well, when it happens, I'm like, look, it's pen there, and now he knows what it means. So he's pretending to be excited with me. I think I just make him smile because I get so excited it's really hard to contain for me sometimes. I can't help it. Oh, I hit 2 pence! Oh my god! What I'm doing is a teeny tiny one, but really exciting. Okay. Now I'm gonna apply some lashes and then I will be back. I don't think I can handle the pressure of being on camera for that. Alright, now the lashes are on. What I like to do once I put my lashes on and they dried, I like to take an eyelash curler and just press the fake lashes together with my own to make sure that they mesh as much as possible. And then I like to go over them with the mascara, and I'm also going to apply some to my bottom lashes. And that's how I poke my eye out apparently. And that's how I like to mesh them together. The eyelashes I used are a pair from Eyelure. I think they are the number 117. I'm not too sure. I've used them for a few times now, and I think they're coming to the end of their lives. I reused them so many times, but they still work perfectly. I really like them. It's nothing overly extra, but it still gives an extra bit of vavoom to the lashes. And it's not too much to overpower the neon liner. You can still see it every time I look down or I blink. Or even when my eyes are actually open, you can still see there's a bit of, you know, a brighter something there. But it's nothing too much, so I think a pair of lashes like this is just perfect. Just a little bit of something, you know, but nothing too much. For bronzer, I'm going to use the Bare Minerals Invisible Bronzer in the shade 10. I hope they still make these, although when I last looked on the website, they either changed the name or they changed the formula as well. It's a baked bronzer and it's a little bit too dark for me, I think, but I don't care. I'm still loving it. I like to be quite bronze whenever I wear a smoky eye, otherwise I feel a bit washed out. Especially because most of the time I like to pair it with a nude lip. Bit on my forehead, bit down the bridge of my nose. Just for a natural tan look, because obviously 100 layers of bronzer is really natural. Bit down my jawline. Bit down my neck because I'm so pale that I have to, otherwise it just looks stupid. And then I like to go over with a fluffier clean brush just to make sure it's blended. And I'm just gonna go a little bit on the nipples of my cheek as well on top of that blush, since I'm not gonna use another blush. If you feel like you went down a bit too far, then you can go back with your powder if you can find it. I cannot find mine. Oh, the mess, I found it! So if you feel like it's a bit too much, go back, clean up with your powder, that's fine. Obviously, we can't forget highlighter, and I'm so excited. I got a new highlighter. This is the Too Faced Canary Diamond one, and oh, look at that. It's a bit more like an orangey, coppery, goldy shade. See, it has like a duochrome shift and it's like a goldy orange color. And I have a lot of highlighters, but I didn't have anything like this in my collection. I have something similar from ILLAMASQUA, but it's more of like an orangey copper shade, whereas this one is more on the gold orange side, and oh, it's just beautiful. And in the summer it will be perfect. At the moment I'm a bit too pale, but with all the bronzer I just chucked on. Let me find my highlighter brush and then the magic will just happen. Are you ready for this? I have to say it's a bit powdery though, like whenever I swish my brush around there's a bit of pigment falling out, but are you ready? Oh, it's so beautiful. I had mixed reviews of this, like I read mixed reviews. A lot of people said it's really natural. I would say no. I agree with the people who say it's quite intense. It is, I'm sure you can see, and it's quite chunky glittery. So I would say if you're into more natural makeup, you're not gonna like this, whatever your skin tone, just because it is a bit more glittery. But if you like a stronger highlight for the times when you go out, this is perfect. It's a beautiful, beautiful shade. It is glittery though, so you know, it's not gonna be natural by any means, and also because it's a bit of a duochrome, it has a shift to it. It's not natural by any means, but is it damn beautiful? Oh yes, it is. I'm gonna apply the tiniest bit on my Cupid's bow. I'm gonna take a small brush. I'm just gonna apply it to the inner corners of my eye. Also my brow bone. And this highlighter is definitely not for the faint-hearted. It's beautiful though. Beautiful, beautiful. I only got it last week, but I'm already wearing away the Too Faced writing. You can't remember. Stop! Alexa! Stop! Oh my god, my heart. Alexa! Stop! Jesus Christ. Might be my boyfriend, because sometimes he likes it. It is my boyfriend. I know it. Oh yeah, he's already writing before I write him. Oh, the joys of having Alexa. I almost dropped the brush down my cleavage. Whoops. Last step we have to do is lips. First, I'm gonna line my lips with the Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat in the shade Iconic Nude. That really is an iconic nude color. It's just a perfect grey cool tone nude. And I'm gonna warm it up a bit with this peachy lipstick. This is the MAC Ellie Goulding collection lipstick in the shade That You'll Love. Perfect. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tightline my eyes with a black eyeliner. Okay, I'm gonna use my Makeup Forever Aqua liner. As you can see, it's tiny, but it still does the job perfectly. This would actually look quite nice with like a neon or like a peachy liner as well, but I don't have anything like that, so I'm going for a classic black. Better, it's a bit more smoky now. All I have left to do is set it. To set this, I'm gonna use the BECCA Glow Shield setting mist. Smells like watermelon, so good. Okay, I need to fan it dry, hold on. What do you think? I really like this look. I love the green one as well, but I quite like this one too. It's just a bit more warmer. I feel like it's a bit more summery because the warm tones just remind me of summer. I don't know, let me know which one do you prefer, this one or the green one. Should I do it with another color? I also have a neon yellow liner, which could be quite nice, maybe with some more dark lip, like a green, like a dark green lip and neon yellow liner. That could be nice. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Would you wear something like this? I would happily go out in the street in this one. I'm quite known to go out with bold eye looks, so yeah, let me know what you think, and I'm gonna see you in my next video. Bye bye!